Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. This is Devin Haney right here. How's he look to you? Does he look in shape? Does he look muscular? Does he look skinny? Does he look healthy? Does he look weight drained? Does he look ghoulish? Does it look like a guy who's ready to go up against an absolute tank, a champion, and Brian Norman Jr. at 147 pounds? Let me tell you something. If I was a trainer, you know what I would tell him? You know this Brian Norman kid is going to knock you out. And all he going to say is, he will never catch me, because I'm going to haul ass around that ring. I'm going to say this, right? Because I am seeing some people who feel Brian Norman Jr. is going to be too much for Devin Haney. And I am not surprised that there are a large percentage of people who feel Devin Haney is going to wash Brian Norman Jr. in classic Devin Haney style, where he just outboxes him. They're even saying, what are they going to say when they announce and the new? I'll put it to you like this, right? No one out here is understanding what Devin Haney is walking into. He is walking into a snake pit. He's going to Saudi Arabia. I understand some of y'all feel like, well, Devin Haney and his dad, they say they're Muslim. Turk Al-Sheikh is going to favor them because he's also a Muslim. As a result, they're gonna make sure Devin wins the fight. I mean, that is not how Turkey Al-Sheikh works. Not at all. Turkey Al-Sheikh wants the fighters who are going to help grow his brand. That's what he wants. Nothing more, nothing less. He doesn't have time for the BS. What makes y'all think Devin's going to be able to go out there and get away with chicken pecking his way to a decision? I don't get it. It's not going to work. You talk about Devin's motivated. Well, Brian Norman Jr. is motivated. Well, Devin has good footwork. Brian Norman Jr. has good footwork. I think Devin's is better. But the only reason I say that is because I'm looking at Devin, the way he moves around the whole ring. But then again, I got to be careful saying that Devin's footwork is better, because Brian Norman Jr., that's not his boxing style. He's not a guy that's up on his toes and just trying to utilize every square inch of the ring. That's Devin, because Devin does not want to get hit. Devin's whole thing is run first, not get hit second, and then maybe offense third. He's going to find himself with the ring getting cut off and have a killer in front of him. He already knows that Brian Norman Jr. hits hard. You guys out here thinking Devin's going to win, you're talking about Devin's going to knock him out. You really think Devin's going to come in and foolishly stand in front of Brian Norman Jr.? Or you think Devin's going to somehow now you create angles, you use that footwork to where he can box and maybe land a shot that Brian Norman Jr. doesn't see? Devin's just going to jump in with some shit now and catch Brian Norman Jr.? Let me tell you something. I'm fully expecting Brian Norman Jr. to catch Devin and knock him out. It's going to be the first shot he lands is going to hurt. It's going to badly hurt Devin, and Devin's not going to be able to recover. You watch. It's going to be the first shot that he lands. Because I do think Devin is going to try to box and move and use his footwork, but he's going to want to throw that right hand. Devin has a bad habit of keeping his hands low. He's not going to be able to get away. See, that's the thing. A lot of people are looking at his previous fights against guys where he had all these advantages. He has zero advantage here. So I understand him coming up in weight. Maybe he may feel that he's a bit more healthy. He doesn't have to struggle to get to 147 the way he did to 140 and 135. But how about this? He's never, ever been in the ring with somebody like Brian Norman Jr. I don't care about sparring. I'm talking about in the ring to fight. So you need to lose these thoughts and this belief that Devin is going to come in here and shock the world. Now, what I will tell you is I saw Brian Norman Jr. I saw him fight. And that one fight against a Puerto Rican, Cuevas, I think is his name. I saw Brian Norman Jr. He did take a couple of shots, but I saw head movement, I saw defense, I saw laser focus, I saw somebody fight off the ropes, I saw somebody fight inside, I saw somebody who can box, I saw somebody landing jabs, I saw somebody land a fighter out with the jab. He knocked him out with the jab. He is going to land that same jab on Devin Haney. And all I'm going to tell you is watch Devin Haney's nonverbals. Watch his facial expression, watch his body language. And when he goes back to the corner, pay attention to the corner. Pay attention to what the father's reaction. And it's not what he's going to tell Devin, it's the question he's going to ask him. How's the power? Are you okay? And watch Devin. He ain't going to say nothing. He's just going to be in the corner blinking really fast. And that's when he's going to realize, you know what? I messed up. And he's probably going to look over to his dad and say, hey, Dad, it's over. It's over, Dad. Sorry, Father. Sorry, Father. I just can't do it. This country boy hit way too damn hard. And Bill's going to be like, he hit that hard? He'll be like, hell yeah. All right, well, you got it. He's like, Dad. I can't. And that's when Bill's going to have to make a decision. Throw your son back out there, man, to get bludgeoned. Or throw in the towel and say, nah, I ain't going to let you kill my baby. You're trying to kill my baby. I ain't going to see you trying to kill my baby. And now Brian Norman Jr. is going to kill my baby. He's trying to kill my baby. Hey, yo, Bill Haney, hold your horses. Stop taking it to the stupid. You did a wonderful job with Devin. I got to give you credit for that, man. You knew that you didn't know a damn thing about boxing, and you took your son to all these different trainers, and you had them impart their wisdom to him, and he became a well-rounded fighter. Devin Haney is special. Good job. Good job, Dad. You did it. You did it, Beijing Bill. You created an you made sure that there were other trainers with brilliant boxing minds who knew the sport of boxing, something you don't know, and who turned your son into an amazing fighter and athlete. He was in those training camps, and they were able to look at what he was doing and make the corrections on the spot and develop him and get him to the point to where he's at now. Amazing that they were able to do that during training camps. Something that you can't do, because when Devin's inside that ring and going through adversity, you don't know what to tell him because you're not the one who created him. He came from your nuts. So he's your child, but he's not your product. Your boxing mind didn't create Devin Haney. And even you know that. It wasn't you and him one-on-one, you raising him from small, teaching him how to be a fighter. No, you took him from this gym to this gym to this trainer to this trainer. But in the fight, you can't do that. It's just you and him. And even he knows I can't turn to Beijing Bill. Beijing Bill ain't gonna know what to tell me. And I said it before, I'm gonna say it again. Beijing Bill is going to sit here, and when things get ugly in there, if Devin survives, he comes back to the corner, all Beijing Bills are going to say, he going to pull a Teofimo Lopez Sr. Kick his fucking ass, man. Kick his ass. And Devin going to be like, yeah, right. Now, for the Normans, I like that they're sitting there. They're just chilling. Rocking a white T-shirt, got a do-rag on. Just like I come here to fight. I'm an athlete. I'm a fighter. I'm going to look like a fighter, feel like a fighter. I'm not worried about nothing else. Y'all can say what you want. You're right. I'm a bum. I'm soft. I'm small. I can't fight. I'm nobody. I've been fighting tomato cans. It's just matchmaking. All right. You're right. It's supposed to be an easy fight. And when they get in that ring, they better stand on all that. When the simple fighter, the boring fighter, the easy fighter, the fighter with no skills who's been fighting tomato cans, when he knocks Devin out, they better give him his credit. But don't for a second think that I don't respect what Devin Haney and his dad are doing. I'm telling you, Devin to come out here and fight Brian Norman Jr., it's absolutely crazy to me. I'm being honest with you. I'm still thinking, why? Why do that to yourself? But I understand when you're making that money, man, and you got to give Turkey Al-Sheikh 2 more fights, and Ryan Garcia dropped the ball. You got to do something, so you got to do something big. So you're going after Brian Norman Jr. I guess what we should be talking about is what's next, because Devin Haney's not going to win. What's next for Brian Norman Jr.? Who can beat him at 147? I think is the question. Brian Norman Jr., does he fight the guy from the... I think that could be his next fight. Fighting he's the WBO champion. I gotta take a look at that. Who is it? Because they got the guy from England. Do I have it up? Let me pull it up so I can show you. Who is Brian Norman Jr. going to fight next? I'm about to show you right now who he's going to fight next. Who I think he should fight after he knocks Devin out, because I do believe he's going to knock Devin out. Welterweight. Okay, it's the IBF. Okay, so yeah, Brian Norman Jr. is the WBO. Lewis Crocker is the IBF. So that's who it's going to be. Oh man, but this is where it's going to get interesting right here. Okay. So this right here is the 147-pound division. The big dog in the division, most would agree, is Brian Norman Jr. And you come right here and you see Brian Norman Jr. is the WBO champion, Lewis Crocker is the IBF, Mario Barrios is the WBC, Rolly Romero is the WBA. Rolly's about to fight Giasov, Barrios is fighting Ryan Garcia. Crocker isn't fighting anybody as of right now, is my understanding. But Brian Norman Jr. is about to fight Devin Haney. He will beat him. Brian Norman Jr. beat Santillan. Santillan beat Rocha. Rocha's ranked number 2. Then Echo Esserman just got killed by Jack Catterall. Then you got Chikadze and Paro. So when I look at Brian Norman Jr., I think Brian Norman Jr. going to have, if I was him, I'd go after Lewis Crocker to get that vacant title, go fight in the UK and make a bunch of money. And then see about the winner of Ryan Garcia Barrios or the winner of Rolly and Giasov. Unless they hit him with a mandatory, you know what I'm saying? But that's what could be happening for Brian Norman Jr. And people talk about him going up to 154. 154 is a stacked division. But I think he would do all right. For real, I do. But 154, those guys are definitely active up there. They're definitely getting busy. Virgil Ortiz, who I think is trying to put duck sauce on the fried rice. He wants $10 million to fight Boots. Looks like he may not get that money. Word on the street is Canelo told Robert Garcia, don't put Virgil in with Jerron in this. That's interesting. So, it is what it is. But the bottom line is, for Devin Haney, Brian Norman Jr. is going to knock him out. And Devin is going to end up running around that ring. And he's going to get... Them Saudis are very cultural people, very respectful, but I wouldn't be surprised if they start booing his ass. And Turk Al-Sheikh is going to be there going crazy. Because he's still got the king and the prince he got to answer to. And, again, they want those type of events and fights. That's going to make people want to pay their money to come to Saudi Arabia and help to create the vision of Saudi Arabia and the perception of Saudi Arabia to the international community as a destination. You know what I'm saying? They really want the country to be seen as a destination. Anyway, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans all 7 continents. Devin Haney loses pretty damn simple. I'm in the breeze.